Next, we're going to go over Module 2. So this will be during your second 5 weeks. So obviously during your first 5 weeks, you'll become acclimated to your site, get to know teachers, get to know the children. So week 2, you're going to dive in a little bit more. So this second module is set up how you will do your lesson plans. So in the beginning, you're going to have your overview of the module, the introduction video, and then moving down is your explanation of lesson plans. So as you're going to look through this, you're going to see lesson plan, social emotional development, approaches toward learning, physical well-being and motor development, cognitive development and general knowledge, including math, science, and social studies, and then finally language and literacy development. So when you go through those, I'm going to click on this to give you an idea. So as you're going to see, I have links in here so you can go directly to earlychildhoodohio.org. So that's going to take you to the standards, the early learning and development standards for each domain. So you're going to gear your lesson plan each week on a domain. Okay, so this is very open-ended, and the purpose of that is because you're all going to be in different programs and they're all going to have different expectations, different formats for doing their lessons. So this is the part that you're required to turn in to your university supervisor. So everyone understands, though, that you will have different expectations. So if you are required to use a lesson plan format of the site you are at, you must do that, but you also, this is what you're turning in for credit for the course. Okay, so you're going to have these different domains that takes you to the link, and you're going to have a format. So the format is a very general format for your lesson plans. I want to make sure you're able to differentiate instruction, list your accommodations, do your objectives, do your procedures. So just, we've done lesson plans in other courses, so this will be basically a review of that. There's going to be nothing ridiculous asked of you to put in these lesson plans. These are just lesson plans that show you know how to develop the content and the information in a thorough lesson plan. So going back again, so each week you'll see a different domain is due. So for example, if there's already a theme in your classroom, let's just say dinosaurs is the theme, you will do a lesson plan and you'll still keep the same theme, but you'll just focus on that social development piece. So you'll do the same for each domain. So again, the theme part is very open-ended, and I want you to work very closely with your cooperating teachers to make sure what you're doing, what you're planning is in line and consistent with what they're already doing in the classroom. So this just shows me that you know how to address each domain and use those domains in activities or centers throughout the classroom. And then finally, at the end of the module, you'll see a discussion board. So this discussion board for Module 2 will basically go into a little more detail. You'll be talking about how your student teaching is going, any behavior problems you might be observing, how these problems with behavior are being addressed by the teacher. So it's a little more detailed, a little more thorough explanation, because at this point you've been in your classroom for several weeks, and you'll have a better comfort level, hopefully, and have a better feel for what's going on. So this discussion board just asks you questions pertaining to that Module 2, your second 5 weeks.